Chia-Hao's surprise.
You gave Andy Alien and Rob Robot a piece of wedding cake, Karen Bestley? Don't you know that they can't eat that? Andy is an alien and Rob is a robot. Neither of them can have what we would have, as their counterparts are very different to our own counterparts. You've made a big mistake.
Oh dear. I am very sorry, Paul. I only gave them my Annabeth Bumbler Hugs Strawberry Delight surprise cake slice, which was because so they wouldn't have felt completely left out from Hugh and Kate's wedding day that happened only a few days ago. I was just trying to do something nice and consider other colleagues.
We know you were considering about Andy Alien and Rob Robot, Karen Bestley. But now them two are sick in bed. Andy will need a checkup from a private doctor, which Paul hasn't sorted one out yet for him. And Rob will need fixing, which it will take some time, like Jonathan Jack is at the moment. Didn't you know that aliens and robots can't eat stuff what we eat and drink?
Well, I kinda and don't kinda knew. But I was just thinking about everybody, as I always want to make sure that everyone in this apartment feels included and important. Again, I apologize for making that mistake with Andy Alien and Rob Robot. I could find a private doctor for Andy and I could pay for the fixing of Rob Robot if you wanted me to, Paul Perkinson. To make amends.
Thank you for the offer, Karen, but I'll deal with this since I'm the head manager of my apartment.
Ooh. Hello, Matilda Perkinson. Nice to see you again.
Hi, Graham Gareth. Do you know where Paul Perkinson is by any chance? My brother.
He is in his office talking to Karen Bisley and Sarah Soft.
Thank you very much.
Enter.
Hi, brother. It's your older sister, Matilda.
Matilda Perkinson. Hello, my darling.
Nice to see you from all the way of Australia. So what's the news with you that you got to tell the three of us in here?
Well, Sarah Soft, I got a big surprise for my brother, Chia-Hao Chicknug, and the rest of you.
What's the surprise?
No, it can't be, is it? By the fact.
That's right, Karen Bestley.
My advert is ready to show to Paul Perkinson and Sarah Soft. I wonder what they'll think of it.
Chia-Hao Chicknug. The very person I wanted to see.
Sarah Soft, my advert is ready for display in the advert room.
That's great to hear. But I got a big surprise for you that you're going to love.
Alessandro Kipakacho and Oliver Napoleon is dead. Hallelujah, Alessandro and Oliver Owen are long gone at last.
No, you silly Billy. It's someone special that you've been missing so badly. That person is coming to the UK to apply for this job here. She'll be another co-head leader like me, helping Paul Perkinson out.
Wait a minute. No. It can't be. Is it who I think it is?
Yes, Chia-Hao.
Surprise.
Matilda Perkinson, are you really?
I am Chia-Hao. I am coming back to the UK. Since the company I've been working at has founded a new person to take over my role, I decided to come to Paul Perkinson to see if I can work with him again. I applied the internet form to him, got my stuff all the way from Australia, and arrived in the UK and settled back in England to return to my brother again, and to support you more than ever before as a special surprise.
Holy crap, this is a special surprise, Matilda. Not only I've seen you in person again this year, but also you moving back to England. That's amazing, we can spend time together again.
I was sad as well when I had to leave Paul Perkinson originally for the emergency replacement back in late 2021. I was thinking about him and you the most of all when I was on that plane heading to Australia for my new job. But by the time my manager said he has found a new person to take over my role, I was delighted to leave that place so I could come home again to be with the beautiful people I know from Paul's plays. It's also been nice to meet some new faces too since Paul moved into his apartment last year.
It's going to be great to getting to know you more, Matilda Perkinson. Paul should definitely let everyone know about your return to him at his next meeting.
Would you like me to get you a drink and beverages, Matilda Perkinson?
Sure thing, Chia-Hao. It's great to be back with Paul and you again.
Weather's a bit today. Hello there. How have you been? I've been okay, thank you. So, what's new from me as of recently? I can tell you, I have been working on my Christmas wish list that I'll let you know what I want for Christmas. Well, not super desperately, but I'll let you know what I've written down yesterday. What I've got down on my Christmas wish list, it's nothing really too exciting, but I'll let you know what I've written down. So I put down Ryman White thick paper 480 GSM, where, I create my paper characters. I normally nowadays go to Ryman to buy the thick paper material, because if I don't get a high enough GSM, if you know what that means, when I use like a Sharpie marker for an example to colour in the clothes or the hair or whatever the parts of the design, the material will come through onto the back side, the other side, where I need to do the back design as well. I've also written down Morrison's Raspberry plus Blackberry Spring Water I drink nowadays, like I've told you before. Apples, biscuits, coffee jars, a Smith's voucher, a Morrison's voucher, Caviar Barrier Cream, Volvic Strawberry Water, and a scratch card. You're probably going to be thinking, oh, but what about like new clothes or chocolate? Or what about a helicopter? Well, it's only because I don't eat a lot of chocolate nowadays, and these things I told you about, they thought they come in handy for my life. Like Caviar Barrier Cream, for an example, helps me out with my chafing. So say like I've gone for a long walk, I wouldn't be rubbing my legs in. I do wear one-step boxers. I've been wearing them for ages. I have, for a long time. A Smith's voucher would be useful for me if I go to Smith's Toy Superstore to get a merchandise collectible for my investment. Coffee jars are useful for me when I have my breakfast in the morning, gives me caffeine to wake up for the day. Volvic Strawberry Water is actually better than soft drinks, because like I've mentioned before, because of the sugars and it makes you fat, and I had previous digestion problems before about drinking too much Coke Zero. I might have told you about that once. Biscuits, have a snack when I'm busy. And apples is a healthy snack, it is, and it doesn't have any calories pretty much. So that's one thing I told you about. I do have something else to tell you about. I've watched a film a few weeks ago which is interesting. I thought if I go into my bedroom, you get a variety of views, and you're not in the same place. You're not stuck in one view. It's nice to get a different variety of camera shots. What's that face for? Is it because I'm breaking the fourth wall? No. I just thought to make the show more interesting, you get more different camera views of my home I've been living in since last season. An interesting fact, I think the character's name is Marmalade from The Bad Guys I've watched a few weeks ago. If you've seen The Bad Guys, it was made by DreamWorks and it was released in 2022. And you've probably got to be thinking, why am I mentioning Marmalade? I think it is Marmalade, the villain in The Bad Guys. And the reason why I'm mentioning him is because he reminds me of a certain character from Watch My Chops. I have looked on Wikipedia and no, it's not the same actor who plays Marmalade in The Bad Guys. But his voice does sound similar to Cornel, he does. And you never heard about what is Watch My Chops? Sorry, I've got my words muddled up. Basically, it's about a lad called Bernie who looks after a couple's dog named Cornel. He's a dog sitter, and they go through different types of shenanigans and scenarios in the show. And yes, I have seen the show years ago on CBBC, but not a lot of episodes, but I've seen a few. I've seen season 2 on YouTube, at least most of them back in 2021. My favourite characters is obviously Bernie and Cornel because I think they're just like the most prominent characters than anyone else in the show. Who's my favourite character from the bad guys? Is obviously Wolf because I like him the best. Snake is certainly a grumpy character, he is. It was certainly an interesting movie I watched a few weeks ago. Had you seen it yet? I have. I told you what's on my Christmas wish list. I told you a bit of facts about the villain from the bad guy, sounding a bit similar to Cornel. What else I got to tell you from myself? What else I got to tell you? I've not seen Queen Bee Beth for a bit. Daniel's been busy at the apartment. I've not seen him in ages. I've not seen much of Alan or Henrietta either. No, I've still not solved the mystery of that mysterious girl from a while ago. I can show you something interesting that you might have seen ages ago, and you probably might re-ask, what about your paper characters from Mario Toy Story? Do you still have it? Yeah, I do still have pretty much 95% of my paper characters I previously used years ago. It's a bit like in a storage, like in a archive storage, a bit like Arbans' warehouse facility that got burnt down in 2005, and you're probably going to go, Arbans' property was burnt 18 years ago as of 2023. Yeah, you've seen all of those like Wallace and Gromit shorts, Chicken Run, or whatever else you've seen from Aardman prior to 2005. You're probably not going to see all of those models because pretty much most of it was destroyed because unfortunately I think there was an electrical fire in that warehouse of Aardman's because it's the old building. It was probably raining on that evening, so I'm assuming that the roof must have some of the tiles must have fallen off, or the water was coming through into the building. Maybe that's how the fire started, with all those electricals getting touched by the rain. I'm not saying I'm true, but it could be a possibility something like that's happened. Now, shall we have a look at the interesting paper characters that I've stored away in my file cabinet? Come with me. It's in here, it is. Here we go. Yes, I do still have this that you've probably seen on a separate content. So, the Paper Characters Archive box, or whatever you want to call it. Let's just have a look at some of the designs. And yes, I have labelled the ones that I did use in certain content and projects, so then it doesn't get all confusing. Let's have a look. So, the Paper Characters Archive. Yeah, like I said to you, there is the label of the paper characters. I won't show you all of them, but I'll just give you a brief look at the ones I've used in the past a long time ago. Yeah, so some of these were like the very first paper characters I've made back in 2015. There's Mr. Lincoln. Here is Mr. Cooper, who runs the downtown hotel. He would still do as of today, if you're wondering. Here is Bethany, who runs the caring centre, just in case you don't know who these characters are. Yeah, in the earlier days when I was doing paper characters, I would use colouring pencils instead of Sharpie markers when I was 16 years old when I first started to do paper characters. This is Stacy. Here is Beedrill, one of the MTF members, who is one of Bulbasaur's sisters. And as you can tell, I do the back design and the front design, and like I said to you earlier, if you don't use enough thick paper material, you can see the bit of the original Sharpie ink and the markers come through the paper material. So that's from 2015 when I was doing the 6th season of MTF. It was basically about the other characters rather than MTF itself back in season 6. I'll show you more, but I'll try not to take too long because I know you got TikTok videos to watch, which is very hard work, isn't it? Very NHS pressure levels. Here is ND Hoops, I believe. Yeah, that's it, ND Hoops, when I saw Legally Blonde in a theatre a long time ago. Here is Kevin Utum Riddle, who married to Jackie in Jackie's January wedding. He has a daughter, well, he's kind of like a stepdaughter to Isabel, and Yoshi lives with them. So that's from the 7th season of MTF. I thought I'd show you. Sorry, just bear with me 1 minute. I'll even show you from 2019, the last season of MTF. MTF was planned to go for 2020, but because of personal reasons and I had creative burnout, yeah, MTF has been on a hiatus since 2020. Here is Professor Carey. You didn't know who she was. A redesign of Beedrill. So, as I got older and how to learn to do improvement work, you can see the difference between her first design and her latest design. Here is Mushroom Elementary, one of the paper buildings, which is basically the school of the Mushroom Kingdom in the original series. And yes, this building is based on one of the college buildings I went to a long time ago, back around in the late 2010s. This is basically based on one of the college buildings. It gave me inspiration to do so with its colours. And now I'm going to show you a bit of a sneak peek to a new project that I've kept all closed doors. I believe it's in this folder here. Sorry, I'm trying to open it, but I had to hold the cabinet, otherwise everything's going to fall off. Sorry for a bit of technical difficult. Oh no, that's the wrong one. That's unused stuff from MTF. Silly me. Hurry up! Alright, don't start being doom and gloom and grey and rain. This is the file. That's it. As you can see, there is like some characters you've never seen before. I'm only going to show you one of them because the others is behind closed doors. This is the Dean, She will be a new character in an upcoming separate project. She is the landlord in part of a spin-off. It may ring some bells to you, but this is Ladine. This is spelled as Ladine. She'll be an upcoming new character. And no, I'm not going to show you the rest of the stuff, otherwise it'll be like spoilers, it would be. She'll be the only new character you'll be seeing on this vlog. Well, episode, but maybe at some point I might show you some more upcoming stuff of what I got in here. Right, so you've seen like some of my previous paper characters. They're all locked up, all archived in here. Yeah, you've seen on the separate content of my paper characters, and I pretty much still got most of them as of today. Fancy that, hey? So, there's some things that I've shown you, talked to you about. Have I got anything else? Anything interesting to tell you? Yes, I have started on my Christmas shopping, I have. No, I don't really have anything else to tell you from myself as of recently. Have you made some plans of what 2024 is going to be for you lot? I've made some plans for myself. I'm going to watch Kung Fu Panda 4. I'm going to see Kingdom of the Planets of the Apes. I'm going to see Paddington in Peru at some point next Christmas. But if it takes place in 2023, this episode, wouldn't that be... Oh, I give up. What are you going on about? Are you trying to wind me up now? Don't you even think about it. Otherwise I'll give you the John Wick look. The blade is in your order. You'll pull it out and you'll bleed and you'll die. Yes, I have seen John Wick, I have. That's basically one of the lines in John Wick 2. Yeah, it's more like a grown-up movie, and I've heard it's a modern version of James Bond, John Wick. Anything else about 2024? Well, I'll still try my best to lose weight, save money, work on my well-being. You know, just doing better than who I've been so far in 2023 in comparison. Do you think I'm doing better than comparing to 2020 or even 2021? What do you reckon? Well, I don't really have anything else to tell you, really. Hopefully I've not been boring you to death. Every episode of this show it gets more and more irritable. I don't know, you're the one that's irritable. Maybe the rotten reality and heartless curse still hasn't been wiped out from you yet, I suppose. Maybe I can ask Queen Bee Beth to see how long does it take for the curse of rotten reality and heartless will fade away from you lot. I don't know. I'm gonna ring her and then gonna get on with my lunch. You go and see other people now, because as usual you always want to see everyone else more than me anyway. Only joking. Well, see you next time. For now, bye-bye everyone. Bye-bye. See you next time. And do well in life. Stop playing silly games and being naughty. Why are you talking to us like 2-year-olds? Wow, that's very grown up. Oh, shush. What are you laughing at? See you soon. Right, let's see if the curse of rotten reality is still a thing.